Alright guys, this is Jamal116 and I'm back with another little redstone creation that I made. This is something that I actually started a long time ago and then I had to give up because it was too hard for me. And then I came back to it and in one day I built the whole thing. Just goes to show you what a little bit of time can do, really. But anyways, this is the next part of my calculator, as you may or may not have guessed from looking at my little controls here, which you probably didn't, but who cares. Anyways, this is the next part of my calculator, the subtractor. This what you're looking at right now is my version of a 6-bit subtractor. I'm sure there's a smaller version, because everything I build, there's always a smaller version of it. Let's face it. I build prototypes, basically, but who cares? We're going to show it off anyways. Let's start this. So, it works the same way as my other calculator, so we'll enter our first number first, obviously. So first number is 32. Notice that our 32 lamp will go on. And then for our second number, I'm going to do 1. Pop that in. That's going to be 31, which is kind of cool because it's everything except for 32. There you go. 31. If you would add up 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1, it'd be 31. Anyways, that's basically what it does. It subtracts numbers. Bye! Let's try something else here. Let me do a negative one real quick. So let's do, say, 16, 4, how about that's, 28. Okay, so 28, and let's do something bigger than 28. How about we do 30? So that will be negative 2. Wait, hold on. That's 28. That's 30. Okay. So our answer will be negative 2. So you'll notice that our negative lamp will flash on. Then we'll do some flashing here. And will eventually give us 2. Negative 2. 28 minus 30. So there you go. So it works. Let's do the redstone behind it. So first thing is I kind of cut out a little cross section here, just a little bit of the subtraction logic. Now the way this basically works is if you'd imagine a subtraction problem, let's do binary, let's do our green wool is 1 and redstone lamps are 0. So if we were doing a subtraction problem, let's go back to that one we did earlier. We did 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So that's 32. And that is 1. So the way this works is that it's basically an XOR gate is the whole part for the output here. After that, there's just a little bit of logic, a little AND gate, to decide whether or not you should carry, which is that second XOR gate out there. That's the first input. That's the second one. So that lines on means it'll have to look over to borrow. Anyways, so the way this works is that it's basically an XOR gate. So you'll notice that right now we have 0 minus 1. So you do this like regular subtraction, look over to carry until you get to your next 1, in which case you're going to make it a 0. Let's just try that for good. And then you're going to make that, and then you're going to carry that 1, so it's 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, all the way over like that. So now you have 1, that's really 1, 0. 1, 0 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1 minus 0 is 1. 1, 1, and then that is 0. So that's basically all there really is to subtraction. Once again, that's something that's kind of hard to explain, but hopefully you understood it well enough. But you don't really have to. I just felt like making you will understand it. Anyways, the way it handled negative numbers was this little thing I built over here, which would take 2 binary numbers and we'll decide which one is bigger just by a little bit of pistons and paths joining together, and it's just a little bit of logic. It's really this kind of one wide, not really one wide, but like modular thing. It's really cool, and it basically decides which number is larger. And so basically what is when the second number is larger, what it will do is it will come over here, and this little unit here with the other yellow wool with all the pistons and the redstone blocks, which is why I'm using the default texture pack, this is basically something that will decide that if this current is on, the paths will be switched. So for instance, let me do a little example. I'm just going to rig it up. I'll make that and that. Okay. So, you'll notice that right now, there's that number here. This line is on up here, the second one, and then the one that's right next to it is on with the level below. However, you'll notice that when I turn this line on, then I did turn it on, right? You know what I did? I entered the second number first. You can never enter the second number first, but who cares? Anyways, you'll notice back here then, now our first line has taken the second, our first number has the second line on, and the top line has the third line on. Their paths have been switched, which I know you couldn't see it too well because the lines are kind of crisscrossy, but take my word for it, the paths have switched. Anyways, from that, it'll also go on to tell you that there is a negative number. Anyways, the reason that works is because if you look at, like, let's do normal subtraction. If you do 7 minus 4, then you'll get 3. But if you do 4 minus 7, then you get negative 3. So instead what I did is I took that 4 minus 7, and I basically made it 7 minus 4, and I shoved a negative sign in front of it. You'll get the same answer. Anyways, then I just went on with the subtraction. I basically just did our XOR gate. Then I did a little bit of carry logic. You'll see this is the carry XOR gate. Then it'll come over here. And the line, I think, is this line right here with these two AND gates. And basically, it's an AND gate is if you need to carry, and there is already one there for it to carry, if there's something there for it to carry, it will just pop back. This piston will pull back, and it will take away that one. If there's nothing for it to carry, then it will add a 1. And it will go on and look for the next thing to carry, which this is actually the next segment's carry line. And so that will do the same thing. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. I hope you understood that, though I doubt you did, because I'm terrible at explaining things. Maybe if I were, leave it in a comment or something if you actually understood it. Maybe I'll leave another, add it in the description or something, a better explanation. Anyways, that's really all I have for today. Eventually, I'm going to put this all into a big size calculator once I finish up division. But that's really all I have. So, Jamal116, out.